Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Stephanie and thanks for joining me again. And if you're new here, hi, welcome. My name is Steph and on this channel we talk about everything fragrance. So if that sounds like something that you're interested in or that you would love to see, then please consider subscribing down below and activating that bell so you're notified every single time that I post. Today I'm gonna be doing kind of like a more chit-chatty, get to know me type of fragrance. I don't know, fragrance chit-chat. So I've seen this video done. I don't know if Rebecca Collazo did something similar to that, but I'll go ahead and leave her channel down below and the link to that. I feel like she had done something similar to this a while ago. I've seen like a scent memories tag. It's a little bit different, but I saw that from my friend Paola, and I think a girl named Claire Smith started that. I've seen Sally Marion do like her signatures throughout the years. Delicious Delights has a similar video to kind of what I guess I'm gonna be discussing, doing a little chit-chatty type of thing with you guys on. So I'll go ahead and leave all those channels below so you guys can check out their videos. This is more chit-chatty. I don't know how I'm even gonna edit this. It's probably gonna be long, so get yourself some coffee, maybe a cold glass of water because I know it's hot. Let's go through my signature scents. I didn't really wear all of these. It's just ones that I remember loving and that I have really like happy memories attached to some of these. Actually, do I have any bad memory ones? I don't, but yeah. So anyways, so the first one that I did want to talk about is one that's kind of nostalgic to me, and I think it's one of the first ones that I remember. I was like, wow, that is such a beautiful fragrance. And I think I was little. I'm not really sure when this fragrance came out, but it was from Clinique and it was Happy. And I remember just being a little girl and smelling this and just was like, wow, this smells just like so good. Like this perfume, like it genuinely, like I wanted a bottle, but I think back then it was pretty expensive to get your hands on. I feel like now it's more of like an inexpensive perfume, but back then I think that it was like a really popular 90s perfume, and it was really hard to get it at an affordable price. So I don't think my mom ever had it, but I just remember like one of my mom's friends or like some of her friends having it, and sometimes there was a specific friend, she had it in her bathroom, and I would like sneak sniffs of it or like spray it on me, which was kind of dumb because she's gonna know that I like sprayed some of her perfume, but I couldn't help myself. I thought that that one smelled so nice. And yeah, so that was like, I think my very first scent memory was Clinique Happy. And then another scent memory that I remember, I loved this perfume and it just reminded me of my mom all the time, and that was Elizabeth, is it Elizabeth Arden or Elizabeth Taylor White Diamonds. It's like, it's the one in the, it's like a tube type of bottle, and then it has like a little diamond thing around, and it's like see-through with a gold cap. I remember this perfume, I was like about 9 years old, and my dad had gotten it for my mom, and I remember it was just like a really popular perfume at the time. I think it's still like a bestseller to this day, so that tells you a lot, like like of how popular White Diamonds was and still is. I've smelled it now and I don't love it as much as I did when I was little. And another perfume that I really loved was Tommy Girl. I remember that this one, when I was in junior high, it was like, actually I wasn't even in junior high yet. I think I was in elementary school, and I would like so my mom rented a house, right? And like the guy who lived in the back, he was the one that owned that house, and he would rent it to us. And he would have his nieces come over. No, his granddaughters, I'm sorry. It was his granddaughters who would come over. And so we were like 2 years apart, but she was already like in junior high, and I was like barely about to enter junior high. And I remember I was like, you smell so good, like what are you wearing? I remember asking her like, what is that? And she's like, oh, it's Tommy Girl. And like I feel like all the cool girls wore Tommy Girl, you know, like you were that girl if you wore that. But yeah, Tommy Hilfiger's Tommy Girl, I loved that perfume. And like I would always be obsessed with it, and I'd always be like, can I have some? Like, and sometimes I'd spend the night at their house. And so I think I asked to like spray it on so many times. If I remember correctly, she gave me her Tommy Girl, and that's how I was able to own it. She was like, just take it. She said, girl, just have it. There you go. And then for some reason I started moving on to like body sprays. Like the Victoria's Secret ones were all the rage. It was either like you had Pure Seduction, or you had the vanilla and brown sugar. I think that's what it was. Like all the girls would drench themselves. Like this was in junior high, right? They would drench themselves in the vanilla brown sugar. So I started getting into those. Pure Seduction, and then Love Spell. Love Spell was the jam. Love Spell was my favorite one. And so I owned the Love Spell body spray, and I think the lotion too at that time. And oh my gosh, I remember it smelled so good. Like those were like my favorite ones too in junior high. And then we move on to high school. And so this is a funny and interesting story. So we were trying to figure out, like my brother and I were trying to figure out, okay, what do we get my mom for Mother's Day? And so, you know, I don't know why, but my dad was like, well, what about a perfume? And I'm like, oh, that's like such a good idea, of course. Yeah, like why not? Why don't we get mom a perfume? So I remember we went to like our outlets here locally, and we went into this perfume shop, and they had like different like types of perfumes, designer, like galore, designer, celebrity, everything, like everything you can think of in perfumes, they had it. And so my dad was like, well, what's your most popular one? And they're like, oh, everybody loves Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue. Like that is like the hottest one right now. And so my dad's like, okay, like can we smell it? And she was like, yeah, of course. So she brings out the sample, and I kid you not, we all fell in love. And so we got it for my mom. She smelled it, she loved it. And when I tell you that I snuck so many sprays, like this became my signature scent in high school, guys. I was a sophomore, and I would like, when my mom would go to work and I was getting ready for school, I was like, I'm gonna spray this. And so I would spray it, and even though like the longevity on it is not great, it lasted on me. It would last on me all day. This cute boy, like I was so into him, you guys. When I tell you I was into this boy, I was into this boy. And I remember one time he was walking me to class. I think he was into me too, but for some reason it just didn't go anywhere. I don't know. Maybe I was just a flirt, a tease. No, I wasn't, guys. Like I was like not even a player at all. But anyways, he was like, you smell so good. I'm like, thank you. He's like, honestly, I think we gave each other a hug or something. And he was like, you smell so good. He's like, what are you wearing? And I'm like, oh, it's light blue from Dolce & Gabbana. He's like, wow, that stuff smells like, it smells bomb. It smells so good on you. And I was like, oh, thanks. And so girl, you know that when I got that compliment from this cute boy, your girl kept wearing it, okay? She kept wearing it and wearing it and wearing it. So eventually my mom ran out of it. We just never got it again. But we discovered during that time where like we had run out of it, my mom was like, I don't know what it was. Oh, it was a sample, because I used to have magazine subscriptions. Who remembers those, you guys? I would be an avid 17 magazine reader. Like, I loved 17 magazine. It was like, it was my jam. Oh my gosh, I'm getting so nostalgic here, you guys. Who had the magazine subscriptions? Tell me in the comments. Okay, and I remember I smelled I Love Love by Moschino. So we discovered, my mom and I discovered this through a 17 magazine, like little like sample insert, and I was like, this smells just like Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue. And mom was like, yeah, like let's get it. And so we found this, and this was, I feel like this has always been affordable, and we had a big bottle of this, and both of us shared it and we ran through it. So this just reminds me of good memories, honestly. Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue and this one. And actually, this was gonna be decluttered too, you guys. I just filmed a declutter, so if you haven't seen that, I'll go ahead and link it up here. But I was gonna give it to, I gave it to my mom, but she forgot it here at the house. So, but this was so beautiful, you guys. If you are just like, I don't know, maybe not until Dolce & Gabbana. I feel like Dolce & Gabbana has a little more lime. This is a little bit more orange, a little bit more sweet, but it's a dupe. It genuinely is a dupe. And I hadn't owned that fragrance in a long time, so when I saw it, I had to snatch it up. I had to snatch it up because I have so many memories attached to it. Found that one. And then also, I think it was called Lucky. Is it Lucky Girl? It was from like the brand Lucky. And I remember that when I was working at the mall, I remembered that fragrance from when I was in junior high, and I was like, you know what? Now that I have like this little job, I was a senior. I'm like, now that I have this little job, like I'm going to purchase this Lucky Girl perfume. It had almost like this suede type of scent to it, and it was really sweet. It was nice, but I think I had kind of gotten over the scent, and so I think it just went bad. Like, it just kind of went bad. And then what's another fragrance, you guys? I have gone through like kind of like a fragrance thing for a while. I remember I always wanted Juicy Couture, but I couldn't afford the Juicy Couture perfumes, so I just never got them. My cousins are always the ones that had perfumes. Like, another scent memory that I have associated to a perfume is Marc Jacobs Daisy, and I loved that perfume. I remember the first time I smelled it, I was like, oh, I need me my Marc Jacobs Daisy, and it was all the rage. But there was this lady at work, once I got like an actual, like, well, I shouldn't say an actual real job, because any job is a real job, but I got like my like little office job, you know, moving from like from the mall to like the food industry and then going into an office. It's a big deal, you know. So I remember this driver, she would wear Marc Jacobs Daisy, but on her it smelled so bad. It was like this syrupy, sweet, it did not go with her skin chemistry, and she would drown herself in that perfume, and I just could not. Like, I have a negative association to that perfume, like the original Daisy. But I remember smelling Daisy Dream when it came out, and I was like, oh, this is so gorgeous. This is like when I had already met my husband, so he gave me that for our anniversary, so I have that scent memory with that perfume. I don't currently own it. I don't feel like I'm missing out on it, but that perfume is always gonna have like a little special place in my heart because it was our 2-year anniversary, and he also happened to propose that year, or that same day. So he gave me the perfume and then he proposed to me. So it's a really special one. I still have the same bottle though. I still have it for like display purposes. I still have the bottle. And then I remember he got me my first Jo Malone perfume, and we went perfume sniffing, and I fell in love with Peony and Blush Suede. So I still currently have that one. I don't really reach for that one because it's kind of a special one to me. So I reserve that one for more like special occasions, and it reminds me too of my daughter's baby shower, or like my baby shower when I had, you know, when I was pregnant with my baby. All right guys, I'm gonna give a ride later. I also have a awesome scent memory with Dolce & Gabbana's L'Imperatrice, because that perfume is kind of what started everything, this whole thing for me. I discovered it through Demi Rawling. I remember her talking about it, and I was just like, wow, like this is so unique. I want to experience more fragrances. And this was in 2019, and so since then, girl, this hobby has gone out of hand. And so yeah, you guys, that is it. This was probably very long, and maybe I lost some of you guys. This video is probably not gonna do well, but it's okay, you know. For you girlies that are still here, thank you so much for watching, and thank you. Did I mess up my lipstick? Do you guys like my makeup look? Do you guys like my makeup look today? I actually kind of tried. I tried a little bit today. And I will talk to you guys in the next one. Bye.
Take a moment right here, feeling like it's